Welcome back, friends. In the previous lecture we have started our discussion about energy density. We have calculated the energy density in the store in the assembly of charges whenever we have talked about point charge, and we came to the conclusion that WE, energy density, can be calculated by using this basic formula. If there are 3 point charges Q1 V1 plus Q2 V2 and Q3 V3, if there are such n point charges, then we can calculate WE as a half of summation running from k equal to 1 to n qk vk. Now we'll talk about energy density in the electrostatic field whenever we are talking about continuous charge distribution. If let's assume I have a line charge distribution, that means a line charge is drawn and charges are equidistantly placed along a line charge. You already know the concept of line charge. Then WE can be calculated as 1 by 2 rho L, that is line charge density. V stands for potential, remember this thing. So V stands for potential, this is not volume. So it is rho L into V, that is potential at that particular point, dl. So that is for a line charge we can calculate W as half of rho L V. So this is, remember, this is a line charge, this is not other type of a charge, this is a line charge. So integration line charge rho L V into dl. If it is a surface charge, that means I am having a surface like this. Let's say assume this is a irregular shaped surface where there are certain charges which are equidistantly placed, and I need to calculate energy density in taking this surface charge from infinity to that particular point. I can calculate it by using half of rho s into capital VDS. Once again, V stands for potential or voltage. Finally, W, if it is volume charge density, half of rho V into VdV. So these are the three final expressions for continuous charge distribution or uniform charge distribution. Now we will see a numerical based on it. So let's say a numerical is given something like this to you. 3 point charges, 1 nanocoulomb, minus 4 nanocoulomb and 3 nanocoulomb is placed, are located at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 0, 0 respectively. Find the energy in the system. So answer is 13.37 nanojoule. How we can calculate that? Just try to understand the concept, what we are going to do. Let's say this is a charge density, or this is a free space where I need to take those charges Q1, Q2 and Q3 respectively. Let's call this as Q1, Q2 and Q3, and let's try to solve it. So I am solving this, I am switching over it to the camera mode so that you will try to understand how we can solve. So by that time you just note down those coordinates: minus 1 nanocoulomb at 0, 0, 0, 4 nanocoulomb at 0, 0, 1 and 3 nanocoulomb at 1, 0, 0. So I am switching to the camera mode. I hope it is visible to you. Okay, so you can see 1 nanocoulomb of a charge is kept at, yes, now it is visible. So minus 1 nanocoulomb of a charge, I am calling it as a Q1. It is placed as 0, 0, 0, 4 nanocoulomb of a charge at 0, 0, 1 and 3 nanocoulomb of a charge at 1, 0, 0 Q3. So work done. So we already know work done in taking a charge Q1 from infinity to 0, 0, 1, and I am assuming this charge initially to be this region to be initially charge free. So work done in taking a charge will be 0 definitely. So work done W1 will be 0, perfectly okay. Now work done in taking Q2. Okay, work done in taking Q2 from infinity to 0, 0, 1 is, what is that? W2 is equal to Q2 into V21, that is potential at 2 due to 0.1. So initially I have taken that charge from infinity to Q1, so this is Q1, and now I want to take another charge Q2 from infinity to this point. So it will come under the influence of the charge which is present at Q2. So potential at 2 due to 1. So I already know the formula for potential, so I can write this as Q2 into Q1 because I need to calculate potential at 2 due to 1. So potential due to Q1 will be calculated as Q1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into R. We'll call this as equation number 1. Okay, we'll call this as equation number 1. What is this R? So I need to calculate distance R between the charges Q1 and Q2. So once again the same point, I will draw 2 points, I will draw straight line, I will write it as Q1, I will write it as Q2, I will write the coefficients of Q1. What are the coefficients of Q1? Q1 coefficients are 0, 0, 0 and Q2 coefficients are 0, 0, 1. I need to calculate potential at 2 due to 1. See, potential is a scalar entity but need to calculate distance, so I will draw an arrow to calculate a distance. So what is the distance? So I can calculate, see, it is a Cartesian coordinate system, so 0 minus 0 ax bar, 0 minus 0 ay bar and 1 minus 0 AZ bar. So what is the distance I can calculate? I can calculate this distance as R. R is equal to, what is that distance? So it is 0 minus 0 AX bar plus 0 minus 0 AY bar plus 1 AZ bar, and this is R bar. This is a vector, so I can denote it here also, that this is the distance vector R bar. So what is R now? If I want to calculate R, I need to take a modulus. How I can take a modulus? R is equal to under root of 0 square plus 0 square plus 1 square. 1 square, that is 1. Distance is 1. Let's put that formula, this value of R, in equation number 1 once again. So equation number 1 I will rewrite and I will put that value here. So W2 is equal to Q2 into Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon R. That's it, because it's a scalar entity. So Q2 value you already know. Q2 value is 4 nanocoulomb, 4 into 10 raised to minus 9. Q1 value is minus 1 nanocoulomb, minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 4 pi epsilon. I will keep it as it is for a time being. Epsilon naught epsilon R equal to 1 will take, since it is a free space, and if it is not given we assume it as a free space, and R value is 1. So if that is so, we already know 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 raised to 9. So 4 into 10 raised to minus 9 into minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 9 plus 9 into 10 raised to plus 9. How I have got this 9 into 10 raised to plus 9? It is a value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So if I put that and divided by epsilon naught is 8 point, already we have considered that value, and R value as 1. If you calculate that, you will get, so 4 9s are 36, plus 9 minus 9 cancel, so it is minus 36 nanojoule. So W2 we have calculated as minus 36 nanojoule. So we'll calculate similarly W3. Okay, how we can calculate W3? So we can calculate W3, that is work done in taking Q3 from infinity to 1 comma 0 comma 0, that is the coordinates of Q3. So W3 is equal to Q3 into V31, that is potential at 3 due to 1, and Q3 into potential at 3 due to 2. So let's put those formulas. So I'll write it here. So W3 is equal to Q3 into potential at 3 due to 1. So Q1 upon 4 pi epsilon R31, because this is 31. So R31. So R31 is the distance between point 3 and point 1. Similarly, Q3 into Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon R32. Okay, so you can calculate R3 and R2 similarly, and I will just directly calculate the values of R3 and R1, and I will put those values here. So what is R31? So this is the point, once again, point 1 and point 3, distance between point 1 and 3. So at 3, coordinates of third point are 1 comma 0 comma 0, and coordinates of first point are 0 comma 0 comma 0. So I can directly, looking at these values, I can write R31, that is R31 bar. I will write it here for a time being. R31 bar is equal to 1. You can calculate this by using a previous method. What about R32? Once again, these 2 points, 3 2, that means 1 0 0, that is our destination point, R32 bar. Okay, and what are the coordinates of this initial point? It is 0 comma 0 comma 1, 0 comma 0 comma 1. So if I try to calculate this value, so it is 1 minus 0 AX bar, that is AX bar, plus 0 minus 0 AY bar, forget about that. So it is AX bar minus 0 minus 1 AZ bar. So this is equal to R32 bar, and therefore R32 is equal to under root of 1 square plus 1 square, that is under root of 2. Yes or no? So put those values in W3 equation to get W3. So W3 equal to Q3. Q3 I already know. So it is 3 nanocoulomb. So 3 into 10 raised to minus 9. Q1 is minus 1 nanocoulomb. So minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 4 pi epsilon. I will put that value later on. And R31, sorry. So 3 into 10 raised to minus 9 minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 9, 4 pi epsilon, I will keep it as it is, into R31. R31 value we have calculated as 1 plus, what is Q3 value? 3 nanocoulomb, 3 into 10 raised to minus 9 into, what is Q2 value now? Q2 value is 4 nanocoulomb. So 4 into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 4 pi epsilon, and this value we have got it as root 2. What is root 2? It is R32. So if we try to solve that value, get W3 is equal to, now I can take 1 upon 4 pi epsilon as a common. Yes, I can take. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon, and I will calculate here. So 3 into minus 1, minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 18. So I will get minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 18 plus 3 4s are 12. So 12 into 10 raised to minus 18. Already we have taken this 4 pi epsilon outside. So it is divided by 1. This is divided by root 2. Just calculate this W3 and tell me the answer. Just calculate this W3 and tell me the answer. If you have not solved, so minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 18, 12 into 10 raised to minus 18 divided by root 2. Just calculate, you will get W3. Okay, that value will be in something in terms of nanojoule, because 1 upon 4 pi epsilon we can keep as 9 into 10 raised to plus 9, and you will get W3 value. And finally, whatever value you get, try to understand the last step of this particular numerical. So WE, total WE is equal to what? We know the formula. Don't forget to put this half here. So half W1 plus W2 plus W3, and that answer should match to your final result. So what is that final result? The answer of this particular thing is 33.37 nanojoule. So I have only left with the calculations of the final part and this WE calculation. So you can do it on your own and try to find the answer. So such a kind of numericals are also asked in the examination, where you should be cautious about that, how to calculate the energy density if it is assembly of the point charges. So solve this and get the answer. Okay, so that's it from my side. So thank you very much for watching. Happy learning. Thank you.